new one. We got a new video from Shoe on Head. And yeah, we're gonna watch this one. It says, how did this happen? Epstein, Fuentes, the Democrats' revenge. Oh, we're gonna watch this.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to inform you that the rumors are indeed true. The Democrats have struck back. In the New Jersey governor's race, the Democrat won. In the Virginia governor's race, the Democrat.
I really wanted Winsome Sears to win, but the thing is that like the fact that her name has an R next to it, like it's automatic. Like they're just gonna vote D no matter what, right? And I believe I heard like Abigail, like she legit like say some like terrible things before. But yeah, like it's like Winsome Sears would have been a lot better one. You'll get your first, I'm not sure if it's the first black female governor of Virginia, but yeah, it was basically like Democrats, basically the Democrat strikes back.
Won. And in the New York City race, Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani defeated Andrew Cuomo to become the next mayor of America's largest city. But the question on everyone's mind is, was it just a fluke? Just easy wins in blue cities and states? Or is there something more to this? Is this a sign of things to come? Is the Democratic Party finally turning their losing streak around? Are they actually listening to the people now? Did they finally learn their lesson?
To answer that question, no. I think just the people are tired of what the current social status quo is, right? For instance, are you gonna have a bunch of old fucks like running the country, running the state and stuff like that? I think a lot of people are just tired of that. So like Mamdani was voted in is because he's young, right? Even though he's a democratic socialist, even though he says some terrible things, the fact that people just don't want old people to be in charge anymore. People are done. It's like, why are a bunch of old people taking care of the fucking country, right? Who doesn't even know how to fucking use a computer, right? And that's the reason why like people like AOC will continue winning. People like what's it called, Ilhan Omar, the brother fucker, will continue winning, and now Mamdani will continue. Like he's gonna win. It's because people just want younger people in there. But are they going, like, the chances of the Democrats taking the midterms, in my opinion, are quite high. And I'm nervous over that, is because like if that's the case, then like a lot of the stuff that we want are never going to happen. However, right, as like, I'm not sure when she recorded this, but as of me talking about this, Trump did say he's going to be, releasing the Epstein stuff, right? And it was voted in and it was basically approved and stuff like that. So we're still waiting for that shit to happen. Most recently, we got Marjorie Taylor Greene that says that she's going to resign, and at January 5th, she's not going to be in Congress anymore. So I'm not sure what the fuck is going to happen. Okay, I really don't.
No. Thanks for watching. My last 3 videos about electoral politics were warning the Democratic Party that young men were moving right because the party f***ing sucks and was becoming the young men eat and die movement. Thanking the Democratic Party for losing because they elected one of the most unlikable, shittiest candidates while offering absolutely nothing to voters, and defending the voters from the wrath of a bunch of liberal streamer man-children calling the voters stupid and evil for daring not to vote for Hillary Clinton and brownface. But the thesis for all 3 of those videos was basically the same. As the right embraces working-class populism, the Democratic Party and the left will continue to fade into irrelevancy. But
I really hope that's the case, and I want the Republicans to succeed in terms of like the newer, not the fucking rhinos, not the fucking grand old party, like the fucking like older people. I'm talking about like the MAGA party, right? Like Doge is completely gone now, right? They're supposed to go up until like July of next year, and they're completely gone. Vivek is gone, right? But now he's running for fucking governor of Ohio. Now you have Marjorie Taylor Greene is gone. You have what's it called again? Like a bunch of people that are like infighting and shit like that, and it's just like I'm sort of tired of it. But we did see what's it called again? Elon and Trump sort of like looking happy again. We could be back. I'm not sure, but I think that the chances of the Democrats winning the presidency in 2028 is low. I think that's the case. I think it's very, very low. As of right now, like JD Vance has it in the bag and it's not even close.
As I also predicted in those last videos, there might be an eventual pendulum swing, and it might be happening much sooner than I predicted. Like, how did we go from Republicans winning the popular vote, in part thanks to a lot of the young people voting, to a bunch of data showing those same young people dropping their support for the GOP already? But the interesting thing is, those young people don't seem to be moving to the Democratic Party either.
Nope.
Where are they going? And do the Democrats have a plan to scoop these people
They just don't vote.
Yes, they do.
The younger people just won't vote. It's like, if this side does not represent me, and if this side, I don't like the side either, I'm just going to abstain from voting. Mostly that's what's going to happen.
And they called it, I'm not kidding, deciding to win. Deciding to win, as if the whole time they have just been simply deciding to lose. It was a choice, guys. They changed their mind and they want to win now. In this video, I will talk about why I think Zohran Mamdani won. We will go through the Democrat Party's plan to decide to win. We will briefly talk about the rise of the political commentator Nick Fuentes.
We know why Zohran Mamdani won. We already know. He's relatable. He actually went out and talked to people. He actually went to places and literally interacted with a bunch of people. He took questions and stuff like that. He was relatable. He's a lot younger. And plus, you either have that or fucking Andrew Cuomo, the person that killed a bunch of people, killed a bunch of old people in nursing homes during COVID. Which one are you gonna get? An old guy that fucking killed a bunch of people, or a young guy that's a socialist Democrat, right? And remember, like, Donald Trump literally said that don't vote for Mamdani, vote for the lesser of two evils, vote for Cuomo, because Cuomo's the status quo. Mamdani is not. But people would rather vote for him than an old guy. They would take their chances with the new guy.
The MAGA Civil War, and what I like to call the inevitable rise of shoesalism. If that sounds interesting, stick around. If it doesn't, you can leave. It's not like I'll miss you or anything.
Yeah, the most important thing is Big Balls still there? If Big Balls is still there, then hey, we got something. I'm Gen Z and I vote. I'm talking about the normie Gen Z.
Baca. I know a lot of you are not very interested in politics. You come here for the fun Reddit slop, the men versus women content. Yeah, I know. But unfortunately, politics kind of seeps into your lives whether you want it to or not. So you might as well be entertained when you hear about it and have some fun with it when you can. And I just so happen to have the perfect app for that. So before we get into this political deep dive, let's quickly give a shout out to today's sponsor, one of my favorite sponsors to work with, Ground News.
Yeah, Ground News.
Ground News is a website and an app that gives readers a transparent and easy way to read news from all across the political spectrum, from left, right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of political bias that helps you understand the full story and makes sure you're getting both sides. One of my favorite features on Ground News is the blind spot feature, which shows you news stories that have been covered by one side of the spectrum and ignored by the other. For example, here is a story about how the White House apparently intervened in an Andrew Tate federal probe. 29 news sources covered this. 86% of them were left-wing.
Of course.
None were right-wing. Ground News also makes it really easy to compare headlines to see how political bias can affect framing. For example, this feud between Elon Musk and Billie Eilish. This right-wing headline reads, Elon Musk
oh yeah, what's it called again? Fucking Billie Eilish, who's a multi-millionaire, slams billionaires. I'm like, you have a lot of money too. Why don't you do something about it? You know, well, you have a lot of money, all right? Like like Billie Eilish, I don't see your titties popping out ever. So if your titties aren't popping out, I don't want to hear it.
Slaps back at Billie Eilish after she slams him for hoarding wealth. And this left-wing article frames the same story as Elon Musk's comebacks are as flat as his attempts at jokes. Very different vibes going on here. I have been using Ground News since 2021 because it is just a great and fun way to keep up with the news. But don't just take my word for it. Even the Nobel Peace Center called it an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview. Right. Best of all, I am currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the Black Friday deal bundle. 40% off is a good one. plan I use to access all their amazing features. So go to ground.news/shu or use the QR code here on screen, or use the link in the video description down below. It's only like $5 a month, which is basically the price of like a coffee. You can also gift a subscription to somebody. Just select the Vantage subscription, add a customized gift message, and Ground News will send it straight to their inbox where they can activate it. The perfect Christmas present for your out-of-touch uncle who gets all his news from Facebook. So thank you, Ground News, for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. Right. Now let's get back to the video. For those of you familiar with the Shoe on Head channel, you know I've harshly criticized the Democratic Party for all my career. Some say too harshly. Frankly, I don't care. And some say I'm not harsh enough on the Republicans. First of all, true, but let's be honest, that's not why you come here. You go to Kyle Kulinski for that, just like you go to Destiny to see—
Oh, Kyle Kulinski, what an idiot. I was watching a video of him basically talking like so much shit about Asmongold. Like, that guy is he's a fucking clown fiesta, I tell you that.
The opinions you can hear on CNN, or to Hassan for dog training tips.
Yep.
You come here to hear, golly gee willikers, I'm left wing and the Democrats have gone crazy. That's the shit you're here for. But are the Democrats actually getting their shit together? Or did they simply get lucky in a few blue areas? One of those blue areas being my city, New York, where Democratic Socialist candidates—
New York was never going to go red. All right? New York was never going to go red. It's like, are you going to get like light blue, or are you going to get dark blue? That's literally it. All right? That's all you're going to get. I don't like, even though if it's like the red is like a trans black woman or something, like the trans black, I don't know, whatever it is, like the most oppressed race, and it's also transgender on the top of the totem pole of the oppression Olympics. The fact that that person has an R next to their name, they will never be voted in. Same thing. It's basically the same thing with California, okay? You could potentially have the first black governor, but no, it's because he had an R next to his name, you're not going to vote for him.
Zohran Mamdani won the election and will become the new mayor. And a lot of people are like really confused about how this happened. And if you're one of those people, you really need to keep watching. If you don't understand why Mamdani won, I'm sorry to say, but you're kind of like the liberals in 2016 who didn't understand why Trump won. It's actually extremely understandable why Zohran Mamdani won. I knew, and
like, I didn't want him to win, but I knew that he was going to win. Like, I knew that he was going to win. Like, once I knew, okay, you know, he's going to bring in a bunch, you know, he's going to banish a bunch of people and stuff like that. He's going to give free food out. I'm not sure if that was true or not. And then he's going to, I'm going to put more taxes in the more rich white areas. I'm pro-immigrant. I called Trump fascist many, many times and stuff like that. I yelled at the Republican side. I'm not sure if it's all like fucking showboating or whatever. And like people, and he's, like I said, he's a lot younger. He's in his 30s, man. Like, he's a lot younger than anybody that was running. So people wanted young people they don't want the old people anymore. And of course, most recently, Mamdani went to the White House to have a chat with Donald Trump. Bro, if you could have told me, hey man, these two are actually best friends, it could have fooled me. They were literally like happy, fucking talking to each other and stuff like that. And the one person asked, hey, you've been calling Trump a fascist multiple times and stuff like that. What do you have to say for that? And then Trump was like, you don't have to answer that. I've been called a lot worse. Let's continue. It's like, bro, they feel like they were like best friends.
It's not just because New York is full of commies or whatever. He's objectively the best Democratic candidate that they've had in a very, very long time. Like, I know the bar is in hell there, but he's young, he's energetic, he's charismatic.
Yep.
And people are really tired of the White House doubling as a retirement home. And of course, I like many of—
Exactly, right? And there's a reason, and he's also very, like, charismatic is also one major factor. And that's the reason why Obama won twice. And it's not just because he's black, but he also knew how to talk to people. He was relatable, right? That's the reason why.
His economic policies, I like the universal childcare thing, the transportation, flipping off the Christopher Columbus statue. That's the shit I don't like. That's our fucking guy. He was a brave Italian explorer who discovered America, and in this house, Christopher Columbus is a hero. End of story. I've said this many times, but I don't think the good left-wing policies can even exist alongside the bad left-wing policies. Like, I don't know how you can have free transportation, but also be soft on crime. Like, I don't know, like, in what world does that work out? You can't have nice, clean, free transportation if a bunch of drug addicts and violent felons are going around stabbing people and setting them on fire. You can't have nice things if you don't have rules to enforce those nice things. You know what I mean? It's always such a breath of fucking fresh air when I go back to visit my family in the suburbs of Long Island and I go to the CVS and the fucking toothpaste is free from their plexiglass prisons. I shouldn't have to wait 10 minutes for some poor wagey to come unlock the cagey so I can buy fucking shampoo. We don't have to live that way.
Do you know what's not locked away? Sunscreen.
Maybe he'll do great. Or maybe he gets into power and immediately cucks to the establishment like some other people.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened, bro. Yeah, she was like, oh, Green New this, Green New Deal that, all that kind of stuff and stuff like that. No, and they take the fucking trains and fucking planes and fucking whatever it is. Like that's all bullshit anyways. Here's all bullshit. Look at young shoe on head. So naive.
I don't like to talk about it. I just don't know how the hell anyone thought Andrew Cuomo was going to win.
Yeah, this old fucker was not gonna win. She's about to say it. He killed a bunch of old people in nursing homes, all right? Trump was like, hey, I'm gonna give you a shit ton of ventilators so you can save a bunch of them. And he's like, nah, I'm good. Are you fucking kidding me? This motherfucker wasn't gonna fucking win.
Andrew Cuomo was going to win. He killed a bunch of grandmas during COVID.
As you admitted this week, you personally altered the state health department report to undercount the death total, to hide the death total, and then evaded and lied to these families for 5 years. So
He's a fucking snake. He's a fucking slime ball, man. Like the reason why he didn't want to take those ventilators from Trump is because it would have made Trump look good. That's the only reason why. All right. It's like, what are you willing to sacrifice to make sure that Trump doesn't look good? A bunch of old people that are gonna die. I'm just gonna end up killing them off. What the fuck is wrong with you? Of course you weren't gonna win. People will remember that, and that's why when Gavin Newsom is going to be running for president, we all know that shit's gonna happen. All right, we know that shit's happening already. People will ask him about what happened during when the lockdown, and you fucking there's a skate park and a bunch of people were skating on it, and you fucking brought in the fucking what's it called again? The fucking excavator, and brought in a bunch of sand to fucking block them from skating. It's like, I'm trying to save lives, man. I'm trying to save lives. Okay, all right. What happens when you told everyone to lock down and you fucking went to French Laundry and had a dinner with no masks? What happens when your fucking aunt Nancy Pelosi was locked down and nobody can have like to get their hair done and shit like that, and we fucking saw her in one of the salons? What the fuck? What about that? Right? He's gonna get called out. Like the thing is that like Gavin Newsom does not have a chance winning unless somehow, somewhere down the road, Republicans really fucked it up. That's the only way. If Republicans completely just fuck shit up, and like JD Vance will not be able to win. Like that's the only way. But other than that, like if things continue going the way they are, it's going to be JD Vance easy.
A shit ton of people. Bro, what? Plus, he doesn't even live in New York City. He doesn't live in the city he's running to be mayor of. Cuomo just kind of expected to win based on name recognition alone and being like, hey, at least I'm not the other guy. Sound familiar? Trump actually offered a vision. Make America great again. Mamdani offered a vision. A New York City you can afford. So people took a chance on him. People wanted something different. Andrew Cuomo, he had no vision or anything. Oh man, I love tuning into a debate about New York City, and 80% of it is about another f***ing country.
The first foreign visit by a mayor of New York is always considered significant. Where would you go first?
First visit, I would visit the Holy Land.
I would
Nope.
Go to Israel.
Nope.
Make my 4th trip to Israel.
Mr.
Nope.
Mamdani.
I would stay in New York City. My plans are to address New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs and focus on that.
There it is. See? If you're trying to make America great again, why are you fucking sending so much fucking money and fucking appeasing people who are not living here? Yeah, this is why he won. Exactly, 100%. He's relatable. Like, if I was a fucking like 19-year-old and shit like that, I'm paying fucking $4,000 for fucking rent and shit like that. I could barely get by. I'm working 3 fucking jobs just so I can fucking look at food porn and shit like that. Like, and this guy was like, hey, I'm gonna try to make New York more affordable for you to live in. Hell yes, I'm voting for this guy. Fuck all the other people. Oh, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go visit Israel? The fuck?
Mr. Mamdani, can I just jump in? Would you visit Israel?
That was the exact moment I knew Zoran was going to win. Bro was just surrounded by NPCs.
Yep.
I love how they're like, where would you go? And Zoran was like, I'm gonna stay here. And instead of being like, no, Zoran, the question was, where would you go? They're like, why wouldn't you go to Israel? Like, that's...
It just feels like everything is controlled by Israel. That's the reason why, like, everyone is fucking, oh, Israel's a very, like, look, I get it, but I don't get it. It's about America first. Why the fuck are we sending so much fucking money to other places? We have fucking people who are starving in the fucking streets, all right? We have people who are homeless veterans, all right? People are fucking starving in the street, homeless veterans committing suicide and shit like that. Like, why the fuck are we taking care of our own? Why are we saving so much fucking money elsewhere? I thought we were trying to make America great again. What the fuck is happening?
The answer to the question. Like, that's just the default answer to that question. His win was very much in part a direct response to the affordability crisis that many Americans are facing. So what is the GOP's answer to...
Now, the thing is that Mamdani can get stopped a lot along the way. Right? He can get stopped. He can't get stonewalled every step of the way. But the fact that he went to the White House and he spoke of Trump, and it looks after the fucking the conversation they had, they look like they were fucking best friends. I know that Trump is gonna give him a chance. He's gonna give him a chance. Because if you think about it, Trump was a traditional liberal. He was a classic liberal like before he joined the Republican side. I'm pretty sure like him and Mamdani see a lot of things are very, hey, we can do this, right? We agree with a lot of things. I don't agree with the whole socialism stuff like that, but I agree that we do want to make New York a better place because Trump was from New York, right? So we all know Mamdani would never go to Israel, even given a choice. Yeah, that is true, though. That is very true.
To the affordability crisis. Oh, great news, guys. There is no affordability crisis. It doesn't exist. It's all in your head, silly. Need to save money? Simply don't buy your grandmother a Christmas present this year.
Budget. You need a plan. Also remember, adults don't need gifts, okay? Focus on the people in your life who are age 3 to 18. Grandma doesn't need slippers. If they don't live by you, don't get them a gift. Now's not the time to spend and break the banks.
Zoran's win was also basically a direct response to the housing crisis in America. So what is the GOP's response to the pie-in-the-sky, commie gobbledygook that Zoran Mamdani is selling? Surely they have a better solution.
Here we go. The White House is floating this idea. Bill Pulte is saying, thanks to President Trump, we can indeed work on the 50-year mortgage, a complete game changer.
That one is fucking retarded. Look, I get it. But if you break it down for like interest rate and shit like that, so if you're paying like $3,000 a month on a 30-year mortgage, you're going to be paying about $4,000 to almost $5,000 a month for a 50-year mortgage. That's stupid. We're trying to make things more affordable, right? Like what? Like you should be able to like work some shit out. Of course, you also have the FHA, that's the first time home associate, like the first time home buyer, whatever program they have, right? But New York is fucking expensive. You know the fucking apartment that not Chandler, but fucking Monica and Rachel lived in Friends? That apartment right now would be $8,000 a month. All right? So the stuff that you see on TV are like, of course, it's like they're fake and shit like that. But like the thing is that, like, that's the reason why like people are not able to fucking live properly, right? People aren't able to own any of their homes, and I feel like this is by design. I feel like this is about like, hey, you will own nothing and you will be happy. Like this is, I feel like this shit is by design, man. And 50-year mortgage bullshit. What the fuck is wrong with them? The government should be getting involved in businesses when houses aren't selling. The prices have to drop. Yeah, like I like they need to like talk. Like it's them with the banks. I meant not getting involved. Yeah. I get it. I get what you're talking about. Yeah, it's like it's the bank's fault. Like, okay, stop. Okay, you're trying 50 years. You're saying that, and so let's say I'm 37, and let's say if I were to buy another house, you're telling me that, and I probably won't be able to pay it off. I'll probably die from like a fucking food stroke, and then my kids or my grandkids will have to take on that debt. Yeah, you're going to pay more in total.
How does that work in dollars? Here you go. 30-year fixed mortgage right now. You're paying $2,038 a month, principal and interest on a $400,000 home. At the bottom, under 50 years, you'd save a couple $100 a month at $1,822 principal and interest.
No, I actually watched Graham's video and he broke it down. He said it's a very, very stupid idea. And he's in fucking real estate. Right? He's actually in real estate. So he talked about this between a 30-year and a 50-year, and it's not going to be fixed. It's proposed.
Is proposed. Do you like this idea?
I do not like this idea.
Not lowering prices, not building more housing. No, just being a good little slave to the bank for 50 years.
Yeah.
You might as well be a rentoid forever in this case. Like, at least you don't have to fix your own dishwasher. You will own nothing and be happy. Doesn't that sound great, Gen Z?
Yep.
Vote for us. We'll release the Epstein files and finally drain the swamp. Awesome. Finally, justice. Here it comes, the Epstein files phase 1. We got all your favorite E-celebs here.
That was fucking stupid, man. This was bullshit. Just release all of them. No redactions and stuff like that. Oh, there's some really, really important people who are still alive. There's some high profile. Fuck them. I don't care if there's high profile motherfuckers inside the fucking Epstein files. And if it so happens to be a Republican, unfortunately, if it's Trump, if he actually did shit, they're all fucked. I don't care who's in it, all right? I don't care who's in it. They all need to be held accountable.
Don't you think that's a little tacky? I mean, like, this is an international child trap. The Epstein files are on my desk. Oh, that's great. That's great. That's what we've been waiting for.
Oh, Wendy.
Well?
Matt?
Oh, they don't exist. Wait. What? Yeah, the Epstein files don't exist. They're a Democrat hoax. But you just said, hey, what the fuck? That's my wallet. Sorry, Israel needs new weapons.
Yep. Basically. Bye.
Psst. What do you want, Democrat? Vote for us. Why? What do you have to offer? Hey! That's my wallet again! What are you people doing? Sorry. Israel needs new weapons. Bye. The Epstein files are a really big deal. This is not a partisan issue. You should absolutely care about an international child trafficking blackmail operation consisting of the most powerful people in the world. And anyone telling you to move on is coping, gaslighting, or in on it. If whatever is in there is so damning that it is a national security risk, the people deserve to know. Like,
yes, and here's the thing. Unfortunate pause. The Democrats had the Epstein files for 4 years. When pressed about it, when asked about it, Kamala Harris started running really fast. Well, not running. She started like fucking speed walking. They had that shit for 4 years. They didn't do jack shit with them. Release it.
I don't know about you, but if we are paying taxes to a bunch of satanic pedophiles, I would like to know. That is information I would like to know. Like, I already know we're doing that, but I would like some confirmation. Okay, so literally as I am filming this, Trump is saying he is releasing the Epstein files. So I guess they weren't a hoax. I'm gonna be so honest. I have no idea what the f is going on, you guys. I'm sure when this video gets posted, There's already going to be more things that have happened. Also, Mike Johnson apparently said they need to make changes to the files to make sure we, quote, don't do permanent damage to the political system.
Fuck the political system. Fuck it. The political system is the people vote for our we fucking vote. We vote for the we vote for the elected. Wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
If releasing the Epstein files would do damage to the political system, then so be it. Then it deserves to be damaged. It deserves to be destroyed. Just release the files. After all, if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. Isn't that right, government? But it wasn't just the Epstein files thing that has MAGA feeling a little demoralized lately.
Does that mean the H-1B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
we have plenty of talented people here.
No, you don't.
We don't.
This was bad. This is really bad. Like, you're basically saying that, like, we have stupid people here in the US, so we're gonna bring in a lot of other people from from other places. So we're gonna expedite their visas, the H-1B visas, so they can bring them here instead. But what about? I thought you were trying to bring out manufacturing. I thought you were trying to make, get better jobs for the people here. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like for me, no matter what, like, I support Trump more than I am against him. But this was such a stupid thing he said. It was fucking retarded.
Don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have certain talents, and people have to learn.
We've talked about this a few times on this channel, actually very recently in the male loser epidemic video. The no talented Americans thing is a myth pushed on us by corpos and billionaires so they can hire foreign workers who will.
Yep. They're basically, the initial thing was, oh, hey, you guys go to college and stuff like that, and then but what about all the grunt work? Oh, the grunt work is going to be outsourced to China. It's going to be outsourced to fucking India. It's going to be outsourced to a lot of these other companies. So because you guys are smarter than that. You guys are a lot more, more. You guys have bigger brain. You guys got big brain syndrome. So you guys don't need to go to. You guys don't need to take those like regular day-to-day jobs because all of those stuff will. You guys are smarter than that. All right, cool. So you trick them into fucking offloading all of our work and our manufacturing out of country. So the animation, fucking manufacturing of like parts and shit like that, like outsourcing stuff for into like different studios, all of that stuff is gone now. We do not have a lot of that shit here. And now college is a big waste of money. And then now nobody can fucking afford anything. I feel like, yeah, this is like a fucking like a psyop. I feel like this is a fucking psyop, man.
Work for less money and won't unionize. Worker drones who will work under the coercion of deportation, essentially creating infinite scab labor. Even though there are so many Americans in these fields looking for jobs. But those spoiled Americans will ask for a living wage so they can live in a 600-foot square apartment. How dare they? We can't do that. So import 1 billion immigrants. After all, it's good for business.
Folks are not thrilled.
Well, if we import more, immigrants, we're gonna get a better economy. No, we won't. If you're gonna fucking mass have an influx of fucking people that are coming in, like 1 billion people that are coming into the country. I'm not saying it's gonna be 1 billion. It's gonna be like hundreds of million people, right? But they're gonna be coming into the fucking country. Right? We're not going to have the amount of resources to feed everyone is because you're bringing in so many people, right? It's like food prices are already high, right? So that means we're going to bring in more people, and that means food's going to be scarce. In order for us to make more food, that means that we need to hire more people at the place. We need to hire more labor. We need more machines to make all the shit. That means that the price of that stuff is going to be going up because we need to buy all that stuff. That means that the price of milk and eggs and fucking grains and cereal is going to be going up. It's because so many people want it. right? So now you have like a $4 or $5 box of cereal to like a fucking $7 or $8 box of cereal, which is already happening. It's already fucking happening, all right? Like that's the reason why the illegal immigrants, like, you know, back in the day when we needed more economy, we needed more economic growth, we needed more people here. Yes, we let a lot of people come in, right? After the World War and shit like that, we let a lot of people come in, and we have a lot of Asian people come in. We have a bunch of other people come of different countries and stuff like that to build that shit up. But now we are good. We can actually start picking and choosing who comes in, all right? But while we are trying to do that, how about you focus on people here first? How about you focus on people who are here that actually needs your help?
This idea of hundreds of thousands of foreign students in the United States.
If we were to cut that in half, which perhaps makes some people happy, you would have half the colleges in the United States go out of business.
So what?
And it's not that I want them, but I view it as a business.
Unfortunately, America does feel like nothing but 3 corporations in a trench coat.
You said thousands? Look, it's just a number is a number, right? It's just like if you're going to have a group of people coming in that fucking like takes up a lot of the resources, you're going to have to make more. In order for you to make more resources, that the prices of fucking food and gas and everything is going to go up at the same time.
America is not a corporation. It is a nation. The contrast of what Trump is saying here compared to how he used to talk is staggering. Republicans embracing populism, at least rhetorically, is what gave rise to Donald Trump and fundamentally changed the way Republicans do politics in America. If you go back and watch the debates of Donald Trump in 2016, it's crazy.
We should have never been in Iraq. We have destabilized the Middle East. They lied. They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were none, and they knew there were none.
I miss this Trump, man. I actually legit do. I know it's like, what, it's been 10 years since this Trump, but Trump was like he was like unstoppable. Go on, Isaac. Hope you're doing well, man. But yeah, like Trump was literally unstoppable here, man. He was so good.
There were no weapons of mass destruction.
All right.
I remember being like, damn, that's not how politicians in general really talked at that time. Like, we would see it from Bernie Sanders and maybe like Ron Paul, but to get up on stage in a Republican debate in front of Republican donors saying that kind of shit was unheard of. Bro was getting booed. Trump won in 2016 by decrying the bloodlust and warmongering of the Republican Party, but also by speaking to the economic woes of the average working class American.
And that's the reason why Mamdani won. It's the same thing. The reason why Trump won in 2016 is the same reason why Mamdani won right now, is because they wanted something different. They wanted a person that will actually do something. And Trump said that he was going to do something about it, but he was stonewalled every way and he didn't do enough. And I agree to that. He was great, but he did not do enough. Right now, he's doing a lot more, but he's still not doing enough. And hopefully Mamdani, which is for the Democrat side, they want him to be that person to come in and change shit and fuck shit up, right? It's because, all right, we've been voting in the same GOP over and over and over again, and we get the same bullshit, war after war after war. And the same thing with the Democrats, right? We're getting the same shit. You guys lied to us with all this shit, and then we get war after war after war. So Trump was the new person they elected because they wanted something different. Same thing with Mamdani.
Basically saying, I see you, to people who felt like they haven't been seen by either party in a very long time. Like, I saw people in my life, my neighbors and stuff, that were all like Obama voters, like just flipped to Trump, and now like all of Long Island. Long Island is like the Florida of the Northeast, bro. It is like Trump country there now. Before Trump... Oh, my nuggies are here. My nuggies are here. 1 second. 1 second. I must go.
Is it from McDonald's? And what sauce did you get? Sweet and sour?
Get my nuggies. It's nuggie time.
That's sweet and sour!
Nuggies are here. 1 second. 1 second. I must go get my nuggies. It's nuggie.
Yeah, that's sweet and sour. Yeah, that's from McDonald's.
Nuggie time. 34-year-old woman, by the way. Mother, by the way. Before Trump, the Democrats basically relied on talking about how the Republican Party didn't care about the working class. But eventually, the problem for Democrats was the working class didn't care about them. But now it seems like the Republican Party is going back on all of that and becoming the Bush-era neoconservative party again, right as they're winning, embracing freaks like Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, the fact that Trump is like cozying up to Lindsey Graham makes me fucking upset, man. And like now Marjorie Taylor Greene is not running anymore. She's resigning and shit like that in June. Fuck.
So I just want to say I feel good about the Republican Party. I feel good about where we're going as a nation. We're killing all the right people and we're cutting your taxes. Trump is my favorite president. We've run out of bombs. We didn't run out of bombs in World War II.
Okay, I remember I used to not like Marco Rubio as well. I did not like Marco Rubio at all. But Marco Rubio stepped the fuck up. He really, really did. He stepped up. I don't think Lindsey Graham is that kind of person, though.
Republicans, is that what you want your party to be? Lowering taxes and killing people? We tried that already. To many Republicans,
I would say lowering taxes and stopping drugs from entering the country. Yeah, I'm okay with them bombing the shit out of Venezuela and fucking drug boats. I'm okay with that. Marjorie Taylor Greene was a retard. There's couple things that she did that I don't like, but I listened to her resignation thing and I agree with half of what she said. But in terms of lowering taxes and bombing people and killing people, as long as they're not bringing drugs into the US, I'm cool with it. I want to see more kill cams.
The solution to the affordability crisis, wreaking havoc on Americans, is simply trusting the free market, working hard.
Yeah, basically, resigning just after she qualified for a lifetime pension. Yeah, basically, she came into Congress with a $450 what's it called again? Like the amount of money she makes, and then now she has like 20 millions. Fuck. Oh shit, like the fucking insider trading garbage, man.
That doesn't work. They bust out all reliable.
If you're a young person and you can't afford to live here, then maybe you should not live here. I mean, that is a real thing.
Ben Shapiro really fell the fuck off, didn't he? Like, he fell the fuck off. Like, I used to listen to a lot of Ben Shapiro, and I used to listen to a lot of Daily Wire. But ever since the whole, like, fucking October 7th stuff, like, he's fucking lost a lot of, like, he lost me. When did his yarmulke get so big? I don't remember it being that big. He was always like this? Like I know that he was always like, you know, shalom, you know, Hebrews and Shebrews and stuff like that. Like, I've always known that he's like that. But when it comes down to, like, you know, facts don't care about your feelings, him debating, like, I like that kind of stuff, right? But once he started getting into the whole Hebrews and Shebrews, that's when he sort of lost me. But his fucking yarmulke is huge. It's as big as this fucking, it used to be like this, right? Now it's like fucking, it's like a fucking, so what the hell is that? His head just shrunk? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I know that we've now grown up in a society that says that you deserve to live where you grew up, but the reality is that the history of America is almost literally the opposite of that.
Yeah.
I think what he said was fucking dumb. It's just fucking dumb, man. Like, look, it's like, oh, if you can't afford to live here, don't live here. What the fuck is that, bro? What the fuck kind of ass backwards thinking is that? Oh, like, coming from a person who's like a fucking multi-million-dollar or runs a multi-million-dollar corporation, that his wife is a doctor and shit like that. Like, yeah, he's rich. He's never gonna know the fucking pain of being like living paycheck to paycheck, right? He has like how many kids and shit like that? Like, that's so stupid. The fuck? What the fuck, man? Yo, clearly you don't care about the working class or the fucking lower class. You clearly do not care about them. All you care about is Hebrews and Shebrews and fucking is that fucking gefilte fish and fucking is kosher and shit like that. You don't care about regular day-to-day people, right? You don't care about that Walmart fucking mom that's working like 3 jobs to feed her kids. Fuck off.
Yes, the classic. Just move. Just move from Economic Zone 67 to Economic Zone 69. I don't know, man. Maybe some people actually like where they live. Maybe they want to make their community better. This is like the libertarian version of just deal with it when you talk to leftists about crime. Like, no, we shouldn't just deal with it. We shouldn't just move. Maybe we can make the cities in our country livable and safe. Maybe better things are possible, actually. My husband and I moved away from our families because of his job, and it f***ing sucks. It sucks raising kids without an extended family around. Say hi to grandma on FaceTime. Not normal, not natural. When I was growing up, it was like aunts and uncles and cousins and grandparents were just coming in and out of my house, like bringing over food, like, hey, I got some mancati. I would be babysat by my cousins and my aunts. And because we moved away, my kid won't have that. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's one reason many young people are putting off having children. The complete lack of community.
I'll let her finish her
Lack of a village. If you can't afford to.
No. So I think it's a little bit of both. Look, there's a lot of Mexicans in my area that have kids, even though they can't afford them. All right, but a lot of regular Zoomies and millennials, the reason why they don't want to have kids is because they can't afford it. That's it, right? There are people who are literally like, oh, the reason why I don't have kids is because I won't be able to afford a kid. It's because there's another mouth to feed and stuff like that. Of course, there's a lot of people who are like leftists and stuff like that who don't want to have kids because they don't want to have kids. They want to be dinks, right? Dual income, no one kids. But in terms of regular people, like for me, I used to think like this too. It's like, oh, I don't want to have a kid until I'm financially stable, right? I don't have to live month to month, and I don't have to live a paycheck to paycheck. Like that was my original mindset. And even though when I didn't, I was like, you know, fuck it, I'm just gonna pop a kid out, right? Like not me, but me and my wife, right? We decided to have a kid, and I think that people just want to have people to have kids. That's the reason why. Yeah, the whole like it takes a village to raise a family and stuff like that. That is sort of true, but like typically, like I can't live where I grew up, and I agree with that. Like I can't live like where I grew up. That it's like a house in where I grew up. It's like fucking $900,000 to $1 million. It's fucking insane. I can't like the house that I'm living in that I grew up in. I cannot live there, right? So like, it's so ass backwards to how expensive everything has gotten. And Ben Shapiro saying that, well, if you can't live here, move. That's great. Yeah, back in China, I don't like this, man. You know, I might consider taking the censorship over the house prices. So expensive. And that's the reason why you have a lot of people basically move from California to Texas, is because Texas is a lot cheaper. And now you have Texas houses that has gone up significantly because of that, right? It's because a lot of people are, oh, it's cheaper in Texas. It's cheaper in Nevada. It's cheaper here. Might as well just move there. And then all of a sudden, yeah, it's just like they chose to move there because it's financially and economically more suitable for their lifestyle.
Live where your family lives, just move to fucking Gary, Indiana, where there's nobody around and no jobs and no family and no friends, but hey, at least you can afford a house there. That's not how life should work, Ben. Maybe take a step back and try to understand. Am I doing bird hands too much? You guys have made me so insecure about the fucking bird hands thing ever since this meme. Okay, listen, I'm a woman, okay? We are programmed to scold children, and when no children are around, we scold people on the internet, okay? Anyway, Nick Fuentes is a far-right commentator and
this guy is this guy does not represent like a lot of things. This guy is fucking crazy.
Controversial figure to say the least, but his main topic he covers is Israel, which is an extremely hot topic that many other right-wing commentators seem to not want to touch. And the rare times they do touch it, it's them telling you not to talk about it, questioning why you care so much, or shape-shifting into the woke mob they fought against for so many years, calling you names, calling for you to be censored. What's funny is they didn't care about any of Nick Fuentes' rants on like race or women. They only started caring when his rants on Israel were blowing up.
I wonder why. Okay, let's see. Sorry, Phil. I'm disagree with you. I mean, there are more factors to have no kids, like can't having kids. Well, that's like that's something that's like out of your control, right? Like something that's in your control. Right, like for instance, like for people who are like, you know, they have have a chance of getting ovarian cancer, right? Ovarian cancer, so you have to remove your ovaries so you can't have kids. I have a friend that went through that. So they have to do what's it called again? They have to do like a donor. So like I'm talking about when in cases where you do have the opportunity to decide whether or not, right? Stuff that's in your control. That's what I'm talking about. People who decide not to have kids for financial reasons are like I used to understand them, but like for me, like I think about it, I'm like, having kids is like, I can always make more money. I can always make more money. Like that's how I feel now. Back then I'd be like, oh, you know, I'm too selfish and stuff like that. I need to take care of myself first, you know, like I'm not like that anymore.
Recently did an interview with Tucker Carlson, which completely ignited the MAGA civil war that was brewing on the right for some time now. It got so ridiculous that even Chuck Schumer went on the Senate floor and called for a disavowal of Nick Fuentes. Sir, with all due respect, none. Why do politicians need a resolution in the Senate to disagree with a citizen? Hello, I have gathered you all here today to disavow Hitler Bussy 420. People can't afford groceries.
Who's that? Who's Hitler's Bussy?
Charles. Ben Shapiro in particular has spent the last few months extremely confused and angry about Zohran Mamdani and Nick Fuentes becoming popular in the mainstream.
His eyebrows are super, super thick. Has it always been like that? Hold on, let me look up like a younger photo of him. Ben Shapiro. No, it hasn't been that thick. Look at that. Bro, he looks like he's been using a fucking Sharpie to draw in his eyebrows. What the hell is happening, man? Like everything on him is getting bigger. He fucking used a Sharpie and fucking went whoosh. What the hell? Yeah, he's painting him like a woman? Yeah.
All while his numbers continue to drop. I honestly don't think he understands what is happening here, so I am going to explain to you, Ben, what exactly
I told you he's going SSJ3. That's fucking crazy.
The American dream does not exist anymore for most people. Young people followed advice that worked for older generations, and it got them nowhere. Young people are tired of this stale, moldy, old, dead consensus that has dominated American politics for a very long time. The one that dragged us into all these foreign wars and sold us out for some cheap plastic shit from China. Young people are tired of being told to sit down and shut up and pledge allegiance to the free market in a country that seems to not give a shit about them. As well,
when we used to pledge allegiance to the flag, I feel like the country that they were pledging allegiance to has been so it's changed so fucking much where like I don't really see it anymore. Right? And that's the reason why like whenever we see shit that we don't like, we gotta call that shit out. Right? Like we need to call that shit out, right? Like, geez. Hold on. At least that's how I feel. But like, whenever I see Nick Fuentes and the Groypers or whatever, this is how I feel. That's how I feel. That's basically, you are pushing people towards that. All right? Like people like Ben Shapiro, you are literally pushing people towards that.
As a foreign country they have absolutely no connection to. For so long, establishment hacks and establishment shills looked at the issues bothering the people and just kind of dismissed them. Can't afford to live where you grew up? Just move. Don't like that the toothpaste is locked behind plexiglass? Just deal with it. Think it's kind of f***ed up how you work 40 hours a week and still can't afford to pay rent? What are you, some kind of communist? You don't like funding a genocide with your tax dollars? What are you, anti-Semitic? If you don't address the issues of the people will gravitate towards those who are addressing those issues.
Yep. 100%. 100%. That's exactly what's going to happen. That is exactly what's going to happen, okay? That's exactly what's going to happen if you keep driving them away. All right? You get so fucking extreme with reviews and shit like that. Oh, bitch, move. You don't like it here, move. If you don't like this, you don't like that. What the hell, man? Who the hell is going to help me? Who is going to help me? Like you're driving them away.
It's not Mamdani's fault he won. It's yours. It's not Nick Fuentes' fault he's popular. It's yours.
Yep.
The tragedy of Ben Shapiro is that he led a life worshipping the free market, only to lose in the free marketplace of ideas. Now, with all this neocon rhetoric coming out of the GOP, are the Democrats going to pick up the populist ball that they are fumbling? Are they actually going to get their shit together? Well, they are trying.
Bitch, I'm the villain. Ooh, boo. Yeah.
Because they have written an article called Deciding to Win, where after interviewing over 300,000 American voters from both parties, they may have finally discovered the secret to winning.
To give ourselves the best chance to win, we recommend the following changes to our approach.
Okay.
Democrats need to 1. Focus our messaging on an economic program centered on lowering costs, growing the economy, creating jobs, and expanding the social safety net. 2. Advocate for popular economic policies. Moderate our positions where our agenda is unpopular, including on issues like immigration, public safety, energy production, and some identity and cultural issues.
So basically it took you guys 10 years, millions of dollars, and dozens of Microsoft team meetings to come to the conclusion that everyone has been saying forever. You wasted.
Yeah, like I could have got that from like a back of a cereal box. Like you literally came out with an article to see how you can win back everything. Stupid. This is so stupid. Like I feel like it's two sides of the same coin at the point, man. And that's the reason why like Trump do not need people like fucking Lindsey Graham whispering in his ear like fucking worm tongue and shit like that. We don't need that shit.
A decade worshipping at the altar of mentally ill Karens, and now you're acting like, hey, what if we were normal is a groundbreaking political discovery. F you. I could have told you all this for free. It is a bad sign that it took you over a decade to come to the same conclusion that my audience has come to like a decade ago. And they're all retarded. Please reflect on this, I beg of you. Also, what do you mean you had unpopular positions on public safety? Like,
yeah, but like allowing men into women's spaces. Talk about public safety, right? How are you going to make the women feel safe in public when in the public restroom you have men that's pretending and cosplaying and LARPing as women that can go into women's restroom and sexually assault them? How is that okay? Right? Allowing a shit ton of illegal immigrants to come in and fucking them killing people, running shit over, fucking getting people OD'd on fentanyl and stuff like that. How is that okay? How is that safe? What about the 4 women that were killed by these illegal immigrants that people and the FBI already knew of? What about those 4 women who died? How is that safe for them? This is a no fucking duh, like no fucking, like of course, like no brainer. Like yeah, of course we should make people feel safe. We should worry about it. Yeah, when I read all of them, like this is nothing new. We've been saying this shit for the fucking longest time, and now you're willing to come to the table and talk about it.
Why would you even say that out loud? Yeah, let's vote for the party that admits it was wrong about the issue of crackheads shanking people in the street. I love this quote from Nancy Pelosi randomly shoved in here.
Winning an election is a decision. You make a decision to win.
No fucking way.
Then you make every decision in favor of winning.
Ooh. So, when you win, you make a decision. But when you make a decision to win, it means making a decision to win. I can see where Kamala Harris got her speech from, okay? Yo, sucking dick is about a decision. And when you make a decision about sucking dick, it's about making a decision in favor of sucking dick. The fuck? What the fuck are you talking about?
Decision. You make a decision to win. And then you make every decision in favor of winning. How deep! How thought-provoking! Thank you, Nancy. What would we do without you? Probably win an election. Democrats have changed our focus. In comparison with the Democratic Party of 2012, today's Democratic Party is more focused on issues like climate change, democracy, abortion, and identity and cultural concerns, and less focused on the economy and middle class. The table below shows this shift. Through an analysis of the prevalence of selected words in the 2024 Democratic Party platform in comparison with the 2012 Democratic Party platform.
So worry about climate change is not really fucking a big issue anymore. The Green New Deal can suck my asshole. Democracy, so you're talking about the fucking constitutional republic, of abortion, shit like that. Abortion, this, it's already gone back to the state. So what the fuck are we talking about? Identity and cultural concerns? What, we need more reparation for black people? Fuck that shit. They don't need reparations. They already got it.
This whole study is really interesting, but I need you guys to see this chart because when I first saw this, the scream I screamed. So Democrats since 2012 have increased their rhetoric on race by, sit down, 1,137%. On the gays, 1,044%.
Of course it is.
Their rhetoric on men has decreased by 51%. It is now negative 51%. On fathers, negative 100%. They just stopped talking about that shit. Veterans, negative 31. F them. The economy, negative 51 because nobody cares about that, right? The middle class.
It's funny that they said that they don't care about the economy, but at the same time, they complain about the economy.
79%, but I guess you can't really talk about something that is disappearing. And jobs, negative 47%. It somehow gets worse. Apparently, voters trust Republicans more on the most important issues to them.
There it is.
And trust Democrats the most on the least important issues to them. Like, they literally care the least about LGBT, but trust Democrats the most with it.
Yep. Because the Democrats are filled with a bunch of faggots. Most of them are. All right? And they will say whatever the LGBTQ community will want, so they will vote for them.
Most popular Democratic policies among voters are things like lowering drug prices, banning stock trading, expanding Medicare, and raising the minimum wage. While the most unpopular Democratic policies are things like abolishing the police, providing free healthcare to illegal immigrants, and affirmative action. You're telling me this for the first time.
Oh,
Democrats,
man.
here is some
Imagine
advice
that.
for free. You can't just be MAGA light. Why would people drink Mr. Pibb when Dr.
that.
Pepper is right there? You know what I'm saying? You gotta bring something different, something better to the table. And that difference should be working class focused economic populism. I don't just want two neocon parties, okay? But all this is pointless when it's clear the Dems are not changing at all. They're just gonna change their messaging. They're putting pretty wrapping paper and a bow on a big fat smelly turd.
Yep. 100%. She's 100% correct here. They will say whatever they want and whatever they can to get you to vote for them. And then at the end, basically shove a big dick in your mouth. All right. We already won. Cool. Here's a big fat cock.
There's a chance that the Democrats may win based entirely on Orange Man bad again, which means they might get into office by learning absolutely f***ing nothing. Again.
And you know what's going to happen if the Republicans lose the House and the Senate? They will impeach Donald Trump again.
The voters will go, oh my God, nothing has changed, and then they'll vote for a Republican. American politics is just a revolving door of villains, isn't it? Rest assured, whoever wins, we lose. If you're actually gonna do this shit, if you're actually gonna do what you're saying in this little article, you better be going whole hog, not just the tip. I'm talking embracing shoesalism.
Oh, there we go. There we go. We're gonna get educated, boys.
For many years, I have been smeared as many things. Grifter, flip-flopper, fence-sitter, racist, sexist, homophobic, but I am not a grifter, flip-flopper, or a fence-sitter.
Hell yeah. She's all the other things. Hell yeah. Do you know who's most friendliest? Do you like the people that I really get along with? Like the people that I legit like can have like a good full-on conversation and like we can actually become actual friends. The other racist people. All right? Like the people that I don't get along with are the ones who are like are not racist at all. People who are like, "Oh my God, you can't say that. Oh my God, you can't. Oh my God. Oh, you can't. Come on, man. Oh, you can. We're 2025." It's like, bitch, are you racist or not? If you're as racist as me, then we could be friends. Food us a second.
I'm simply living in 2055. You see, America has been a hyper-capitalist, economically center-right, socially center-left country since about the mid-century. And I know libertarians in my audience are going to be like, it's not capitalism, it's cronyism. Okay, whatever the f you want to call it, it sucks, okay? So what if instead, and hear me out, what if instead we were a more people-focused, community-focused, working-class-focused, economically left, socially right country? All the data shows more people fall into that quadrant, the populist quadrant, the socialist quadrant, if you will, than the current system we are in today.
So right now, so culturally conservative and economically liberals voters are 14% of electorate. So 42% conservatives. So yeah, it's only like you're basically 3 points away from each other. Right? Yeah.
Today. If a socialist party existed, it would be incredibly popular, but it doesn't exist. And that's probably by design, honestly. The Social Democrat Party of Denmark has passed many progressive policies that liberals in America would only dream of. Protection from rent hikes, free college and healthcare, carbon taxes, and a very strong welfare system. But the Social Democrat Party also believes in a strict immigration policy.
Yeah, they do. They do. They don't just fucking let anyone into the fucking country. Oh, hey, you've been waiting in line for like 20 years to try to become a citizen, right? It's like, yeah. You have a green card? It's like, yeah. I've been trying to become okay. So you're gonna wait a little longer, and we're gonna let in a bunch of Mexicans into California because we want to make sure that, you know, Mexicans in California, the illegals that come in, continue to vote for Democrats. Yeah. So yeah. Like what? You don't care about the actual. You don't care about the actual people, right? You don't care about your constituents. It's because you're bringing in new constituents. Yeah, they also have a 50% tax rate. I'm pretty sure their tax is really high.
They believe that if immigration is too fast or chaotic, it puts pressure on working class communities, weakens social unity, and makes it harder to maintain their strong welfare system. Wow, what a f***ing grifter Denmark is. I feel like so many people nowadays are like terminally left-right brain to the point where like they look at issues and instead of being like, that solution makes sense to me, I believe that, I agree with that, they instead go, that's the left-wing solution, therefore I will believe in that. And it's so stupid and hyper-partisan and makes absolutely no sense to me, and that's why I think like a lot of left-right brain hyper-partisan people don't understand me or people like me. That's why they call me a centrist or fence-sitter or flip-flopper or whatever. And it's like, no, I'm not a fence-sitter. I have many strong opinions. You just don't like them. And
like I said this before and I'll say it again. They don't care. They actually don't care that if you're a fence-sitter or not. All right, they legit do not care if you're a fence sitter. What they care about is if you're sitting on their side of the fence. And if you're not sitting on their side of the fence, you are their enemy. The Republicans, not so much better either, okay? Like if you have like one thing, they are a lot better than the left. But the left and the Democrats is like, if you are not sitting on my side of the fence, we're done. But you need to, it's wild, right? But the thing is that it's not even just that. Like sometimes they're so radicalized that they're so fucking insane and extreme that you could have 99.9% of things that you agree with, but 0.01% or 0.1% that you don't agree with is because you believe that, you know, it's like transgender, like men, you know, like transgender women should not be able to hang out in actual women's spaces. It's like the whole J.K. Rowling thing, right? It's like you got to believe, you know, you're either with or against us. Okay, I'm like 99% with you. That means you're against us. Same thing.
No, I'm not a flip-flopper. Just because you don't understand the concept of having opinions that don't perfectly fall on the arbitrary, always changing left-right axis that is American circus politics. There's nothing incoherent about my beliefs on paper. None of them contradict one another. I don't understand. She likes free healthcare but doesn't want to chemically castrate children? She believes in workers' rights but wants a stricter border? I don't get it. Like, where is the contradiction? I'm basically just Bernie Sanders before he got his spine surgically removed by the DNC.
Yep.
In conclusion, MAGA and the Republican Party embracing populism is what made them so popular in the first place. But if the Republican Party's answer to all these issues young people are having is "F you, just move, you're not talented, maybe you'll own a home when you're 70 years old," they're doomed. Like, they had a small, brief fling with populism and ghosted it. Just pumped and dumped. Like a fat whore they're ashamed of and won't bring out.
It's the same thing where, like, when Trump got voted in the first time in 2016, where he's gonna do a bunch of shit, right? And he literally like got like fucking worm tongue the entire way, right? You got like a bunch like fucking Mike Pence and a fucking or John Bolton, whatever. I like a bunch of other people that are basically a part of the swamp told him a bunch of these things. I think, and now he comes in with his whole freedom movement, whatever. He has his own like really, really cool like crew. He has like Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr., fucking Vivek, JD Vance, a fucking Elon Musk, and you also have like fucking Ron Paul backing you up and shit like that. You have all of that, and then you still have the fucking GOP there, the same fucking oat fucks that are ruining everything. That's the reason why, like, I feel like things will never change. It's like the more things change, the more they stay the same.
On dates in public. As I'm editing this, Trump and Mamdani had a meeting together, and it was very interesting.
We were discussing
best friends.
When Bernie Sanders was out of the race. I picked up a lot of his votes, and people had no idea. When he was put out of the race, I think quite unfairly, if you want to know the truth, many of the Bernie Sanders voters voted for me. And I felt very comfortable, frankly, in seeing that and saying that. I would feel very, very comfortable being in New York, and I think much more so after the meeting. We agree on a lot more than I would have thought.
I'm sorry, this is my new favorite.
Yeah, look at that. Yo, they're best friends, bro. Yo, what's it called? Zoran and Donald sitting on a tree, man. Oh, Fucking.
Diplomatic Yowie ship. They love each other. Maybe it's not over, folks. Maybe the power of friendship and populism will save us all. Listen, I want my kids to grow up in a safe and affordable world where they can get jobs and they can start a family and then they can have the same for their kids. And I feel like at the end of the day, that's what most people want, left and right. They just have different ideas on how to get there. It just so happens my ideas happen to be the correct ones, and if you disagree with them, you will be sent to the re-education camp. Do you want one? Do you want a nuggie? Pledge your allegiance to shoesalism and you get a nuggie. So that was that little video. If you liked it, please subscribe for more. And if you want to help support the channel, donate to my Patreon, link down below. All patrons get every single video uncensored a day early. If you can't or don't want to support me on Patreon, that's fine. I don't care. I didn't want you to anyway. Baka. Okay, I will see you guys soon with a fun slap video just in time for Christmas. Bye!
All right, that's a good video. Yeah, I agree with mostly everything she said. It's like there's like one thing I didn't really agree with, which is the whole thing like why you know, like people not having kids. But like basically overall, I got her messaging in terms of what she basically was trying to go after. But overall, I agree with most of what she said. But yeah, that's a good video. There's the link to the video. Go ahead and check it out. You can give it a like if you haven't already subscribed to her. She has a lot of very, very base takes. Now, I'm not sure if she's gone on yet, but I haven't seen like Tim Pool in a long time. Like I haven't watched his live show in a long time. But I remember like he wanted to get her on and she just like never wanted to. But like but I think maybe her base would probably be upset at her, but I don't think that she cares. But I don't know, man. But I've been watching a lot of Shoe on Heads videos. They've been really, really entertaining. They've been really, really good. So go ahead and check it out, man.